Big news today. Social Security Trust Fund just made a huge announcement that Social Security trust benefits are going to run out by 2033. Hi, everybody. My name is Jason Matthews. I'm President and CEO of Matthews Financial and Insurance Solutions and Gibbs Memorial Wealth Advisors. So we've been knowing about this problem for a while now, but we hear it every single year, and this is a huge thing that Social Security Trust Fund just announced that they're going to run out of money if we don't do anything by 2033. Now, if you watch most of the media, they're going to tell you they're going to run out of money by 2035. But what they're doing at that time is projecting two different funds and fund buckets with that. When you look at Social Security, there are two buckets that we have for Social Security. There are the old age and survivor benefits, and then there are disability benefits. So when we talk about old age and survivor benefits, what we are referring to is if somebody passes, get old age, their survivors, and their children. If we look at those numbers going forward, we know that we're going to run out of money by 2033, which is a huge thing, especially when we rely on 70 million Americans rely on Social Security in some form or some way for their income. So at that point, Social Security benefits will be cut down and people will be receiving 79% of their benefits. Wow, that's a huge thing, right? So once they receive those 79% of their benefits, they're receiving it from projected receipts that our government is going to receive and receive those through payroll taxes. Every time you get paid, you pay into Social Security along with your employer until you hit a certain cap. Now, once we combine, and this is what you're hearing a lot right now, once we combine disability insurance and Medicare, those numbers today say it's going to run out by 2035, and you only receive 89% of your Medicare benefits. And a lot of us over 65 are relying on Medicare. So, with that being said, that huge amount of cuts right now are going to our two entitlements that most of Americans depend on our Social Security and our Medicare. Now, during the election, we're going to hear a lot of different things. But one thing we should be hearing about is plan on how to fix our entitlements. That means, and there's a couple of things we've been hearing proposals throughout the years with that. One of those plans that we can possibly hear about is saying, hey, we're going to raise the cap on Social Security taxes. Right now, Social Security, after you hit a certain threshold, nobody pays taxes on it anymore. So if you can imagine LeBron James, Steph Curry, they play basketball, and by the end of the first game, at the first half, they're done paying Social Security for the whole year. And some people think we should lift that up. While another people say we should have a means test for Social Security and Medicare. What that means is that we look at somebody's financial ability to receive Medicare and Social Security and really say, you know what, you're doing quite well in life. You might not need all the Social Security that you paid that's in the trust fund. So at that point, you won't get the 3,000 or 4,000 you did because you invested or you invested and saved so well. It might be cut down to a certain point. Those are the two main things we're hearing. Another thing, the third way we're hearing as well, though, that I think is starting to get some traction is we push back Social Security age. Now, when people first got Social Security, they say, hey, you got Social Security at 62 and your life expectancy was at 65. Now we're hearing about Social Security and we say, hey, people are getting Social Security at 62, but they're going to live into the 90s or possibly to the hundreds as more and more Americans are living a lot longer in life. But I think oftentimes what people fail to realize, and I said this in my book, The Age of Self-Reliance, is we have a huge amount of people in this society who are having age discrimination on the job site. Jobs are simply not keeping people. You got a little bit of gray hair, you get a little bit older, the job's saying that you don't, you're a lot more expensive. Your healthcare benefits are a lot harder. You're going to be out of work because you're going to be more ill or sick. And you rather hire cheaper labor, which America is built on, than paying for wisdom. And I don't think we talk about that enough in this country, but that's a huge problem right there. So I don't think that last option is really a possible option. But here's one thing I do know is that with Social Security, what we have to do is plan for is knowing that Congress and Senate and the president are going to wait to the last minute to fix this if they are going to fix this. And at the same time, we don't know if that how they fix it is actually going to be best for us with these numbers. So what I recommend for everybody is really start planning right now on how life could be without Social Security. If you are retired, plan on saying, hey, in 11 years, how is my life going to be? If you're not retired yet, project your life without Social Security, how your retirement can. You start looking at what can you do to supplement that retirement income gap of guaranteed income. I think that guaranteed income is so dependent, as we see for many retirees, that we're actually heading into a retirement crisis. And I talked about this a lot in my book, The Age of Self-Reliance. So if you haven't picked that book, go ahead and pick it up on Amazon. But I just want to leave you guys with this note about the Social Security Trust Fund and how I think how they're trying to make it sound better than what it is. But I think this is a time where we really start putting pressure during this presidential election on our candidates, and at the same time, make sure that we hold ourselves accountable in the age of self-reliance. If you guys like this video, make sure you subscribe, like this video. Thank you again for listening.